Hey there and happy Thursday. This week is just flying by and I hope it's been a good one for you guys. Today's Thursday inspiration, I'm going to be working with the stamp set Quiet Reflection. I always want to call it Quiet Reflections. So when I'm searching for ideas, for inspiration, I always want to put the S on the end, and that just changes my results that I get when I'm looking things up too. So this is found in the mini catalog, and it makes very quick and easy cards. It's a great card also for guys and gals, birthday, sympathy, all of those kinds of things. So it's been received really well, especially when people get to work with it and see how easy it is and everything with that. And then the other thing is I'm going to do a really simple version, and if you look at other ideas and such online, you can see how they've stepped it up by doing a couple different colors to make it look reflective, like it's called Quiet Reflections, or Reflection. All right, so let me get my iPad put down, get my camera turned around here so you can see it a lot better. Get my view here going and I can show you. So this is also once again me making a card from the pieces that were left over from a class that I have, and I love doing that because it makes my videos quick and easy for you guys, and it also makes sure that you guys don't miss out on anything. I mean, that's the whole thing. So many of you keep telling me, I love that if I can't get to all your classes or any classes, that I get to see what's going on and kind of feel more a part of it too. And as I look out my window, it's snowing, so that can be a big part of getting to classes or not, just based on what the weather's doing. Okay, so Quiet Reflection here. That is found in the mini catalog on page 63 here, and you can see the great kind of like landscape, the nature looks of this, and then you can see here where like a simple version of the card like I'm going to do today, and then also kind of the reflecting images that were done with the blending brushes on the stamp to make it look two-tone colors. So it would be like in nature when you have trees and then the reflection in the water like so. So that's kind of fun to see that. And it's got some really nice sentiments. Anytime I come up with sympathy cards at classes, it's actually when I'm at a class, almost everybody will say, oh, I hope we're making a sympathy card. I'm low on that. Or I hope we're doing a sympathy card because I like having those in hand. So this is going to be something that's going to fit the bill that way too. And also, speaking of saying goodbyes, this I know is carrying over. But when I look at my card here, I want to let you know that this is one of the retiring in colors. So you've got 5 colors that we know that are going away: Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party. Today I'm working with Starry Sky. It's probably been right up there with one of the top of the 5 colors. I think Sweet Sorbet has been very popular too, but definitely Starry Sky. And I think when this color first came out, people were a little slow to jump on the bandwagon because they thought it looked too much like Night of Navy, until we put Night of Navy next to it and you go, oh, that does look pretty different. So we've got Night of Navy, Starry Sky. So that does make a difference. Even though it looks kind of dark blue, it does have a purplish tone. So let me get to stamping. So for my class, what I did ahead of time, I always try and make things as easy to assemble and fun for everyone. So what I did is went ahead before class and took the exposed brick 3D embossing folder and ran the card bases through that. So it's 3D, so you can see it's got a nice a nice image as far as deep grooves and such with that exposed brick, and it just kind of gives the background a little bit more pop and depth than just the plain background. So I'm going to go ahead and score that. Just want to make sure that my corners line up before I give it a good score here with my bone folder. Okay, so I've got that, and then I just have this little strip. And so what I did to get that is I just cut down the 2022 through 2024 in color 6x6 designer series paper. So you can see this coordinates with that. So when you think of in colors retiring, be thinking about, if you love the colors, what do I need to stock up on? Everybody is like making sure that they're not missing something. So like today is a good example because I'm using the cardstock. I'm using the ink. Well, you might have the ink. Do you need a re-inker to keep that pad fresh going forward? These are the designer series paper 6x6 stack that has all the colors in there. So do you need this just to go along with the extra paper? Also, each of the 5 colors has their own metallic woven ribbon, kind of that metallic shimmery sparkly look. So they're, like I said, all 5 of those colors have that ribbon. And then even these are kind of getting down there. These are my 2022 through 2024 in color pearls that I'll be using. There's blends, there's Stampin' Write markers, things like that. So keep that in mind. Like, it's not just cardstock. You know, sometimes we think the in colors, some people just think only ink pads, some people think just the cardstock and such, but it's all of that. So let me just double check my measurement here. Yes, so I've cut this 5.5 inches by 1 inch, and I could have chosen hearts, but I thought the hearts made it look a little whimsical for something that the image looks a little solemn. So I'm just going to use the other side that has some kind of more of a dashed type of pattern to it. So I'm leaving just like a little inch here, about a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch there along the edge, just to kind of let that show as some color, some pattern here. Then we've got some lighter color and pattern here, and that's going to be our base here of our card opening this way. So yeah, when I put it through the embossing folder, the 3D exposed brick embossing folder, I score it first, and then I know exactly where to clamp that embossing folder to that edge, and then I run it through. So it keeps this edge plain and then this edge embossed. So that is how that works. And then I'm going to grab just a piece of basic white cardstock here, and that I cut 2.75 by 3 1/4. And I'll open up my Starry Sky ink pad. Actually, I'm just gonna move my embossing folder and stamp set out of the way so I have room for that. And then with this, you'll just want to make sure that you have the trees here are the bolder image. You'll want that, and then the reflection is going to be on the bottom. So you want the bolder image on top and the other kind of blurred one to be on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that it's inked up well. Okay, it does look good. And now this I'm just going to center and give it a good press down here. And how fun is that, just inking it up with that solid image and the ink pad that's just one solid image. You see the edges kind of get darker. You see the darker bottom, especially the murkier, like it would be if you were around like the shoreline of a lake and looking at an image, and this stands out, but still kind of muted. So very nice, quiet reflection. But I love how when we have stamp sets like this, that you just need the one color and it just does all the work because of the way Stampin' Up! Has designed the images on the stamp. So that's great. Okay, so then I'm just going to put this on my piece of Starry Sky cardstock. So that is cut 2.5 by, or excuse me, 3 by 3.5. So that is that next 1/4 inch step up for that. And then I am going to take some dimensionals here and just put those in each of the 4 corners of this piece here. And I'm going to do 1 in the middle too. Got that. And I'm going to take off those tops there. And then this will go kind of towards the top. And then I'm just making sure to line that up along the edge here. And then ahead of time, I took my Nested Essentials dies, and I wanted just a small little piece to go on there, but yet I kind of liked how the dotted edges from the Nested Essentials dies just gave it a nice look that way. instead of just plain white. This is, but I wanted this one to pop a little bit more. So I'm going to ink that up once again with my Starry Sky. So this is going to be a monochromatic card, and Sorry for Your Loss just fits right in there perfectly. So now I'm going to flip that over and just get a couple dimensionals on that piece as well. All right. And now this is going to kind of just pair up with the edge of the Starry Sky there, and just leaving a little gap in between there. And so we've kind of just spaced it out. So there's some showing there, and some in between as well. Okay, now to kind of accessorize it, sympathy card. We don't want to do a lot, but you know, I'd even think twice about like the metallic ribbon, but I feel like it just gives it something to make it a little bit more special without looking too party or festive themed. And I think this is really good. So I like this on here just to add something, and it kind of has a shimmer shine like water would. So when you think of reflections in the water and such, that would go right along with that. So I'm just tying a knot here, and then I'm going to give it a snip and a snip like so. Oh, and then my little theme, or not theme, tip is if you ever think like, okay, my ribbon isn't as tight as I want it to be, or maybe it's like got a little bit of a crease or a crinkle, or it's turned or something the way you don't like it, all you have to do is turn it the way you do want it. I get my take your pick tool, get a glue dot ready, and then sometimes what I do is just put that glue dot down where that knot's going to go, and then all I have to do is push from the top into the knot. Now it's going to be tight from the top down, and then I just take and push from the bottom up right into that glue dot same way. So anything that was loose now is a lot more sturdy right in that glue dot. And then once everything's into place, I can just take my fingers and kind of pinch that glue dot so that it's not this big circle sticking out there where the dot was. And then if you want to take your fingers and just kind of fray that out a little bit more, this ribbon is really easy to work with when it comes to fraying and such like that. So we can have that look on there as well to give it a little bit more thickness, or just give it a little bit more presence on there. And then the other thing that I'm going to add here are those in color pearls. And as you can see, I've already used up all my Sweet Sorbet, all my Parakeet Party. So just need to give a little bit more love, it looks like, to these last colors. So I'm going to take 3 and just kind of do kind of a just not really exact, but kind of a triangle look to that. So I'm just putting these 3 in that leftover area like that. So hi, Jill. Thanks for catching the end. And yes, it's a quick video, so if you go to the beginning, it's not going to take a lot of time either. So that's good. So yeah, just adding a few pearls in there just kind of adds to that space in there to give it a little bit more fill. And I think it would be fine without it too. But you know me, I like adding my 3 little accessories. So you have that. And then for the inside, I'm just taking my usual 4 1/4 by 5, or excuse me, 4 by 5 1/4, and finishing the theme of the sympathy card, Sorry for Your Loss. And then after I stamp this out, it will go together. And then this is just going to say, praying for his comfort to soften the sadness and bring you peace. So very easy to read font, and then leaves you lots of space to write underneath that to go with the theme of sympathy. So this, like I said, could be a super easy card to make a few and have on hand. The color here could be good for either guys or gals, and yeah, so just kind of a nice soothing card for any occasion. And that's the nice thing too about the Quiet Reflection stamp set. You're on my mind, so it can even be great for like a thinking of you, and it just has a lot of great sentiments on there and a Bible verse too. So I've got that. So that is today's inspiration, guys. So hopefully you are having fun catching up on the projects that I've been using for classes and different things. And today is Bookathon Day with Stampin' Up. So I'm just kind of putting a little word out there. If you saw my page earlier today, if anybody would like to book with me during the month of April, I would love it. So today we're supposed to report any new bookings that we get. So anything that we book today, and it has to be held in April. Well, some of you might go, you know, I'm kind of busy. Well, I do have time in my schedule. Even if you're busy, I could do something that I do every once in a while. You've seen it, where I do my virtual hostesses, and all you have to say is, hey, Belle, I would love to be a virtual hostess. I do the work for you. I start the host code. You can let your friends know, and then I do 3 videos just like today's, and then those specific projects get mailed out to those that order through your party. So it makes it really easy for you to accrue your benefits, invite your friends that way that are just as busy as you are, and it's a win-win situation too. So let me know if you're interested, because I do have time in April to do that for you as well. And I know my hostesses have always been pleasantly surprised at what they've gotten. And our host rewards will be changing in the next few months. It's a ways off for the point that we don't even know exactly when that day is going to happen, but it will change our host rewards program in a really different way. So I'm trying to encourage people that have never hosted or have hosted before, anybody that's interested in hosting, to do that between now and when that change goes into effect, either this fall or the end of this year, so that you can make the most of the benefits based on the rewards program we have going right now. So take care, you guys. Have a great rest of the evening. I hope to be with you tomorrow, but tomorrow it's already booked to be a busy day for me, but I do have a project geared and all ready for you guys. So if I get to that, you'll get to see it. If not, I might even squeeze in a Saturday class for you too, if I don't get to it tomorrow. So have a great night. See you again. Bye-bye.